Hi guys.
O mames es un Hua, hua, hua. Hua, hua.
Morbidly unenlightened here. I was planning a video called My Unpopular Opinions on in brackets, and I got a couple of good bullet points to use. By a couple, I mean two. I know damn well that I need at least 5 points of discussion to make a concrete YouTube video that'll be long enough to not be considered a TikTok. So I did what everyone in their right mind would do when they are struggling with anything. I asked AI. First, I tried using DeepSeek, but their systems were busy, so I opted for GPT-4 instead. When I asked GPT-4, it gave me opinions that I thought were straight garbage, trash. But I can't blame it. It doesn't have my swagger and personality, so I decided to take a recess. After a couple of days, I was staring into the distance when I thought of another video idea. Admittedly, it was a video idea that a lot of people have done, even had sequels with it. Awkward things people do in public that make you question society. Now, as you would expect, GPT-4 would definitely cook with the right prompt. You are absolutely right, but I'm not the best at prompting, so I opted for a cop-out. How about I react to the content that GPT-4 gives me? So I buckled up and wrote the best prompt I could think of at that point in time, and GPT-4 delivered. So today I'll be reacting to 20 awkward things that people do in public that make one question society. 1. Talking loudly on the phone in public places like cafes or public transport as if no one else exists. Now, this one is very annoying. Honestly, no one needs to know what you're discussing with anybody else. This also has the tendency to be extremely funny depending on how the person who is talking looks and sounds and what the person is discussing and their mannerisms and a lot of factors. But to be honest, nobody wants to know what you're discussing on the phone. It's just keep your conversation on the phone quiet. Nobody needs to know, especially when the person is on loudspeaker. Nah, I don't know why people do that. 2, singing loudly to music in public places, especially when it's not a concert.
Na 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 dorogi. Na 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 dorogi. Sigma boy, sigma boy, sigma boy. Dash there, gishokori ma shakani ma fin.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
Why do people do this? One of my favorite YouTubers, Alphonse, he looks like an Alphonse, admittedly, always says, bring back shame.
Day is we don't have shame and embarrassment. Bring back shame and embarrassment. Shame and embarrassment is the backbone of a strong society.
And this is what he means. This one is especially bad when the person cannot sing. Like, how would you be singing Ain't Nothing But a Harp and you can't sing and you're singing loudly? Bro, that's just
Embarrassing.
3, sneezing without covering, especially when it's a massive sneeze that echoes. Sneezing without covering, I don't see people do this often. It's very rare to see, if I've even seen it at all, or if I even see it at all. I mean, it's just nasty and unhygienic, so I don't see many people do it. Maybe little children. 4, eating messy food like tacos or ribs in a way that leaves everyone watching in horror. I also don't see this one that often. I mean, only kids do that. No matter how hungry you are, you shouldn't be doing this because you probably get one of those the food isn't running away from you comments. But to be honest, I don't care what you do with your food. You paid for the food, eat it how you want. 5, trying to squeeze in an already packed elevator and just standing there awkwardly. GPT-4, come on. This is not that bad. I'm sure there are a lot of things worse than this. Elevators usually have person and weight limits. So, and people only do this when they are running late for a meeting or an appointment. But to avoid the embarrassment, just get ready early, I guess. But if you do this habitually as a grown-ass man or woman, you really have to fix up. 6, watching explicit content on their phone in public. Wait, watching explicit content on their phone in public. What did I just read? Explicit content in public. Wait, do people do this?
Bring back shame and embarrassment. Shame and embarrassment is the backbone of a strong society.
Now, comment down below if you do this or if you have seen anyone that does this. This is actually a soulless act. Because I'm so confused. What do you mean by watching explicit content in public? I'm convinced this GPT-4 doesn't know what they are talking about, because explicit content in public, without a care in the world, I'm not talking about a movie or a show this time, just a scene, but full-on explicit content, like, that's some crazy work. 7, making intense eye contact with strangers for an uncomfortably long period. This is the age-old debate of harassment versus harassment. If the person who does this is chopped beyond explanation or just normal looking, it will be weird. But if the person who does this is like some fit Australian model that would absolutely be a 10, nobody would see it as a problem. Tip for the bros though: if shorty staring at you in public, she want you, bro. 8, having a heated argument with a friend or family member in a crowded place. In a crowded place, I don't think this one is bad, but chances are if two people are arguing in a crowded place, like a concert, for example, I don't think they'll even be able to hear each other, because in crowded places, it's usually rowdy and like loud and you can't really hear yourself. I don't think other people will be able to hear them, talk less of them hearing themselves. 9, talking to a stranger about their personal life like it's a normal thing. Man, I think it's only mostly skilled liars that do this, because no crazy person would just be giving out personal information for free. Like, do you know how much these companies, these big companies, Google, Meta, do you know how much they charge for information? And you're just giving the information for free. Like, my credit card number is 324. Nah, giving personal information to strangers is actually jarring. And I don't think anybody actually does this. But AI thinks people do it, so I guess I have to react to it. 10, clapping after a plane lands as if it's going to make the flight attendants feel accomplished. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with this. Personally, I hate it. This one is horrible if no one joins you in clapping. Just the one and only person clapping in the plane. It's not really the best look, At the end of the day, to be honest, there's a million things done in public that can make people question how society has fallen. But as long as you're not doing anything illegal or anything that harms others, I guess it's fine. Because if we're being honest, human beings are hypercritical of themselves or of people really close to them. If you do anything on this list, or if you've done anything on this list in the past, chances are that everybody has forgotten about it and nobody is going to think about it. Okay, maybe they'll bring it up on a couple occasions, but nobody really cares. Yeah, so these are the 10 awkward things people do that I didn't think were worth reacting to. If you want me to react to them, just tell me in the comments, and I'll do that either midweek or this same time next week. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And most importantly, don't forget to stay morbidly unenlightened.